This caravan, it's forming in southern Mexico, approximately 1,500 migrants heading for the U.S. border right now. Are the border officials in Texas ready to deal with this?
Yeah, well, it's going to be another challenge for the state of Texas, who have, as we know, have taken steps in their own hands to protect their share of the border. What I can tell you is the problem is that the ultimate pull factor still remains, and that's the Biden administration itself. And these migrants are playing the odds, and the odds are in their favor. The Biden administration has proven the past 4 years that they have no intention of enforcing U.S. laws, and therefore there's no deterrence. And the odds are that if these migrants make it to the border and they're not repelled by those law enforcement officials in Texas, that they'll have a 95% chance of being let in, either through the CBP One app or just simply saying the word asylum. The Biden administration has allowed the entire immigration system to be exploited.
The Texas National Guard says they're holding training exercises. They're preparing for this mass migration. Charles, I'm curious, what goes into training like this? What will they be focusing on?
Yeah, this is primarily about crowd control and repelling this mass arrival of these migrants. They're going to always try and do so as humanely as possible, primarily by saying, hey, look, you're not allowed to cross the border here, and using language that would threaten arrest if they were to come across. But unfortunately, we've seen some situations here where less than lethal force has had to be used, like pepper balls and pepper spray. And you don't really want to see that have to happen. So the best way to do this is to come in, message that the border is going to be closed. Hopefully it provides some deterrence to get it started that we've been hearing out of the Trump administration. And then once the administration comes in, they actually just have to start enforcing the laws.
You mentioned for migrants, currently, you just have to say the word asylum. I know I'm simplifying it, and then you're essentially let in the country. But some of these migrants, I'm sure you would agree, are trying to enter the U.S. They may have valid responses or valid reasons to get here, to request asylum due to violence in their own countries. Are we able to support them who really do need asylum at this point?
Well, in the numbers in which they've been coming the last 4 years, the answer is no. And it does not put law enforcement authorities on the U.S. side in a good place. That's why a program like Remain in Mexico was so important, because it was an actual pause. It allowed U.S. officials to actually verify each of the claims of asylum and vet those migrants that were claiming so. So, you know, what's happening now is CBP has basically been fighting this battle right at our border, right on the goal line, if you will, and they've been overwhelmed, which is why we've seen the administration, the current administration, shift their duties to primarily those of processing migrants into the country. And we've seen what's been slipping through with respect to the lack of vetting. We have very dangerous people, very dangerous gangs like MS-13, Tren de Aragua out of Venezuela, and suspected terrorists that have breached our border and are within the interior of the United States, which is why you hear the Trump administration talking about the deportation efforts of national security and criminal threats.
Now, we know so many border communities have discussed the impacts of these large-scale migrations and the effect it has on their resources. What roles should DHS and the federal government play in supporting those very communities? We were just talking about Texas, for example.
Yeah, so you're talking about non-governmental organizations, NGOs, which have benefited receiving billions and billions of dollars and have essentially served as an extension of not only the Department of Homeland Security, but also Health and Human Services. And they basically have become involved in the trafficking, if you will, of these illegal migrants. We know their nightmare story with HHS with respect to the over 300,000 unaccompanied minors that are missing within the interior of the United States. This is a very severe situation. These children are likely being exposed to horrific conditions, and that needs to be solved. So we need to get the responsibility back to the agencies. The agencies need to start acting within their statutory authority of enforcing the laws and providing for the safety and security of these children.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.